And we're back! Sorry, I had to go do some things within videos, so if things seem a little different, it's because they are. Now, I've looked up where this guy is. You'll notice that this FOE is, walking around. We can see him. That's because, in the next part, in the next quest, I died. Because we'll see why, and I'll explain why when we get there. So I had to replay a section of the game, and I had to I erased all my map, so don't worry. There's no new map information on my map, but I'm prepared now. So if I have less monies or different inventory items or whatever, I do have less monies. I have a lot less monies. Not really. It's weird. I actually bought like a lot of new gear for somebody else, and I didn't really spend all that, and I'm still not taking a dent out of my massive fortune that I've acquired. But the guy's over here. There's a small room there. I didn't know that. I know, Rain is best explorer. I am the best. Nobody tell you otherwise. I am the best. Just as you enter the room, you see a mysterious man gathering twigs from the ground. He barely reacts as you come near, merely glancing in your direction. Well, that's probably my fault. At the end of the day, I'm kind of opening the pathway. He may be the one wise in the lore of the labyrinth's monsters. If you believe him to be the one, you may offer the gun and state your case. Offer the gun? Yes. The man accepts the gift with great interest. You ask about the monster while you are in his favor, and if there's any peaceful resolution. Oh, skipped that a little too quick. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I've been thinking. This was what we're gonna have to do. Since I mentioned a child, you thank the man for his help and decide to return to the Duke's palace with his advice. Cool. Let's see. This room is very small. There's a thing here. What kind of point is this? It's a take. Let's go ahead and make the note of the take. Take. Perfect. Now let's leave. We're done here. That's all I had to do. Now let's go talk to the Duke and tell him that we've finished this mission. It was taken, logically. Cool. As you... aren't you the one chronicling our tale? You'd think that you'd know all of our awesome deeds by now. Well, let's go ahead and get a new quest. Or, no, actually, let's report this quest, then we'll... Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being stupid. It happens a lot. Yep, I certainly did. Oh, there's a lot of weirdos in the labyrinth. That's not nice, Cass. Well, you're still plenty weird. You're a weirdo. Okay, now we begin this quest. The value of knowledge. Is it now? Ah, that's strange. Already. Oh, okay. No, not really at all, actually. Yeah, that's a point. It is kind of us or nobody, so... Yep. Thank you, Cass. That's a nice little touch that they remind you where he is. That's cool. And I don't remember if I said this in the previous in the previous video rather, or if it was in the lost footage. Yes, the lost footage. This is a much faster way to get to him. If I've said it in the last video, I apologize. This is like 5 or 6 days after that. I record these far in advance, or at least partially far in advance. Let's just beat them. I don't care very much. So I forget if I've said this or not, but this way is substantially easier to get to him. So we're just gonna go ahead and go this way. It's much, much faster. And let's go over here. I've already killed this FOE, so I don't have to worry about his patrol route. And this one's wandering off that way. They can peacefully coexist with that FOE. It doesn't bother me, and I don't have to bother it. No. It's a moth. But Scarlet wasn't confused, so it doesn't really matter. If Scarlet were confused, then that would be a little harder of a fight. While walking in the forest, you notice a familiar shadow in front of you. It stands up from its work of picking up twigs, which is all it seems to do around here, when it notices you approach. Yes, we're here. How can we help you? Unnamed winged forest folk person. The forest folk are different. They're in Etrian 1, yes. You nod and start to fill in you nod and he starts to fill in the details of the request. Okay, so why can't you do it then? Yeah, then really why don't you get it? The man frowns after saying this, then slowly continues. Ah, so then how the hell are we gonna get that? Doesn't make any sense. That's a good thought process. Notice this forces a small passage. Alright, so we're getting you drugs. That's what's going on then. Alright. Well, I can do. His request made, the man stoops again to gather his twigs. You tell him that you'll be finished before long and leave the area. Alright. So, that's what we're gonna do then. We have to go and use a beast. But where are we gonna get a beast? That's a damn good question. I've ruined this earlier on in the video, but we're gonna do this anyway. I'm gonna do this anyway, because it's part of my shtick. Oh, we get the Keflogwick. I don't know if we got that last time or not. I believe I've made fun of that before, but I'm gonna make fun of it again, because it's funny to me and no one else. But where are we gonna get a beast? Well, we're gonna get a beast from right here, because you see, when Ren joined, she brought her pet Mathis. Now, Mathis is a beast. He's really quite good, actually. I used him briefly. And thing about I had to get level 55, so briefly is a bit of a misnomer. You'll notice that he has 2 accessories equipped, and that's because beasts can't equip regular armor items outside of their beads. So really, he can only have the 1 armor item, the weapon, and then 2 accessories. Those 2 raise his vitality by 10 and his agility by 5. I figured those would probably be pretty decent accessories for him to have. As for Mathis' skills, HP and TP up 5, because that seems to be useful. Strength and Vit mastered. On Guard, which is an awesome skill. It randomly triggers and reduces damage taken, which is great. He has Devour, which is the self-sustain skill of the beast. They deal damage and heal. Maul, as his HP goes lower, he does more damage with the attack. And I think that's actually it. He's been very focused in what he's been building, so he should be an adequate character to solo in the Petal Bridge stratum. And that was the problem. I didn't have him a high enough level, and he couldn't solo. But now he should be fine. Let's actually go after. No, that's really quite unfortunate. I wish that you didn't get paralyzed. See, On Guard is great. He can just absorb all the damage. And we'll Devour. See? That's how Mathis fights. He just absorbs punishment like no one's business, and then heals himself when he's low. He's great. Mathis is cool. Now he can handle this. He was, I think, five or six levels lower. He was level like 47, I think, actually, when I got here the first time, and he was immediately killed in the first fight, and I felt really, really embarrassed. And I was like, well, that's a thing that's happened. But now, I don't have that problem. You notice a small passage near your feet. It seems to have been made just for animals to use. You roar in excitement and squeeze into the passage. Alright. Cool story, Mathis. So let's see, we got a pathway. I'm guessing I can go both ways through here. I'm actually going to make the note on that. Not that I'll ever have to come through here ever again, but I'm going to mark beast only, just because it's probably better that way. Okay. Guessing that's how this is going to look. Supposed to be an FOE down there. I know, I've looked ahead at this passageway to make sure that I'm not going to be screwed, but there's an FOE there, apparently, but there's not. That's fine. Just need to go get the black mushroom, which Mathis wasn't aware that we need to go get. So I don't know how well this quest is going to go for any of us. Oh, nah! Attack the moth. Mathis, kill the moths! You need to kill the moths, Mathis. Cool. Now that his arms are bound, he can't kill the moths in one hit now. Stop cocooning, Mathis! He will take no damage from you. And get lots of experience. This is how I should have leveled him up after a while, huh? Just... I drew that too far. After going through the passage, you reach the end at last. You look down to see a black mushroom growing, just as the strange man said. You sniff the mushroom and leap back at its horrible stench. You don't know what it's used for, but it doesn't seem tasty. You'd rather eat monster meat. Gagging at the smell, you manage to get the mushroom into the bag. You have obtained the item requested by your client. You give a proud roar before leaving the area. Yay! And we got Dark Souls. He was just a gamer. That's all this ever was. He didn't want to go buy Dark Souls. Let's get our party back. Good boy, Mathis. You did a great job. You soloed everything, killed a bunch of things, and didn't embarrass yourself. Congratulations. I can actually see using a beast as a character in the party. They do seem quite good. I just don't know who I would surrender to add Mathis, really. I'm not sure that they could help you. Cool. So, let's take the next quest, Beyond the Depths. Okay. Okay, so he's just asking me for a thing. Got it. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, the winged ones are kind of weird. I agree with that, actually, Cass. Oh, he was wearing a coat. Okay. Okay. Nah, I'm sure he'll be fine. Yeah, a guy in the 4th stratum is gonna kidnap us. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and cut some time out of this quest, and we're just gonna grab the thing that I need now. With the gum string, we got those from chopping in the 5th stratum, and pure shells. The pure shells were the actual kind of problem here. They are from the defenders, the little robots that bind your stuff in the castle. That's we need 10 of those and 3 of the gum string. It's kind of a pain in the ass to do that because they don't have a very high encounter rate. But I got that. I got everything there. So let's go ahead and sell all the pure shells and then the gum strings. The tormentor's the thing we needed, by the way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the shit, and we're just gonna pick up the tormentor, which is so much worse than what Scarlet currently has, because that's what he's gonna ask us to bring. I'm just cutting the shit, and we're just gonna go ahead and, you know, have it. It's easier this way, I promise. So instead of having to go in, have him say, "Oh, I need a thing," and then we leave and come back, and he says, "Oh, here's this thing." We're just gonna bring the thing with us. I know what he wants. Cutting corners when applicable makes things a lot easier. Alright, let's go back to where he is now. So you tired of this path yet? Yeah, me too. Don't worry, this should be the last time, though, so... Oh, no! Well, Scarlet isn't confused, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, Scarlet. My party's, like... I'm actually quite happy with how this game's gone for my party. We're doing quite well with things. You enter the area where you've previously encountered your client. As before, he's gathering twigs, but this time he raises a hand in greeting. Oh, so he's our friend now. It's very good. Good work. Confusion must be evident on your face as he tilts his head. I skipped that by accident before I could even read it. You did try, and I'll give you all the credit in the world for that. You return the greeting and ask about the quest. He answers your question slowly. Okay. If he's telling you the truth, this could be important. You ask him to elaborate. So you want something else then? Whip called the Tormentor. It's convenient, we actually have one of those. He falls silent after saying this and resumes gathering his precious twigs. You say your farewells and decide to leave the area. When you enter his habitat, you see he's still picking twigs off the ground, which is literally all this man does. He raises a hand confidently and waves to you. You return the pleasantries and give him the whip. He smirks and responds with information. Ah, that's pleasant. A whalelord. Oh, it's an insect. Okay. You thank him and decide to leave the area. The quest is complete. Report your success to the bar when you return to the guard. Well, alright then. So it's a bug monster we're going to be going and fighting then. I was wondering what this monster would actually be. I saw the name Whalelord, and I'm like, oh, is it like a monster? Like a wolf or something? But no, it's a bug. Okay. No, Cass, we didn't. I'm gonna super kick you if you call him weird again. Yeah, we know what's up. Well, not where, but we know how to do it. Cool. So let's accept the Charity to Monsters quest. It's the last quest in the quest line. Cool, that's very handy. Your intelligence is only placed second to the last. That made more sense in my head. Maybe my intelligence is second to last. 24th floor, eh? Cool. So I think we should empty our inventory of crap, because I think we got a couple. We got one thing that's crap. Buy another warp wire just to have two, because I get easily confused and forget things. We'll take a nap. We'll sleep. We're not taking a nap. And then we'll go out to that floor. We're just gonna finish it in this video. I figured that's probably fine. Let's see. That's the 25th floor, so if I go down from here, 26 rather, sorry, we'll go down to 25th, and then we can work from here. Cool. But first, as per usual, we need to get our force gauge, because, this is a boss, a secret boss, so he's going to be difficult. But we should definitely go and get our force while we have the ability. As you ascend the dim stairs to the next floor, a large shadow runs past you. The rainbow's shape vanishes with the wind, seeming to land somewhere in the castle. You think back to the questions you accepted at the bar. You agreed to save a rampaging monstrous child from the Whale Lord. You sense a fearsome fiend somewhere on this floor. An alliteration. You may search for it or choose to leave the area. Well, we're gonna go search for it. Get to where this thing is. We're actually gonna fight the FOE that pops up here, because we never actually fought this thing. I fought him off screen, but we're gonna fight it here on screen so you guys see what it is. It's the Stir Eye. The Stir Eye is actually kind of an annoying enemy, but we should be fine to just happen to kill it along the way. They do that, and now Kira's gonna end up killing herself in a whole. Nope. Okay, that's what they are. That's what they do. So that's all. That's our fearsome enemy on that. We're still okay. We didn't burn through that much TP to do that fight. We should be fine. But all those ones that pop out like that, that's what they are. I've killed a bunch of them at this point, just because I was curious as to what the hell they are, really. I said, "What are you?" and then I killed it, like a colonist. We need to kill the that thing first, and if we can, we definitely want to get Kira and Scarlet to get their force gauges. Oh, they're pretty much already there. They're getting there rather. They're not almost there. They're getting there. That's fine, though. We need to go down to the 23rd floor to, we need to go through this whole path nonsense. We can go fight Colossus again if you guys want. He's kind of a bitch now, actually. Well, more than a bitch than he already was. He wasn't very strong after all. I feel sad that he wasn't better. Alright, let me go through here. Yep, I know right where the Whale Lord is. Don't worry. Don't worry, childrens. I know where he is. We need to go past this thing, so we do need to kill this FOE. This FOE is one that must die. The evil draw, yes. But we can handle that, though. All we gotta do is gag it. If we can gag it, then we can kill it. It's gonna be super pathetic easy if we can gag it. If we can't, then it's gonna be slightly harder. Oh, yep, his head's been sealed. He's dead now. That's kind of all we needed. Let's just auto attack. Because he can't use Devour now, because his Banquet rather, because his head's been bound. I should cancel our auto attack in case his head bind breaks. Okay, it's broken, but we'll be able to kill him in time, so it doesn't matter. Cool. And that was that. If you head bind them, they're easy. Let's see, how far away am I? 65 and 80. I'm actually not that far away. We're gonna walk this hallway for a little bit. I can talk to you about this. This is the last secret boss we have in the game. After this, we're gonna go attempt the big guy again. The big bad. Let's walk this way instead. It's a different pathway, maybe a higher encounter can map this corner finally. Yes, we're gonna go fight the big bad, the big Urchild villain, and I think that might be it for the Let's Play at that point, because I don't know what else we can do if we, once we killed all the secret bosses, I don't know what there is left to do in the game. I could go back and finish all the quests if I really wanted to, but I really don't. Coincidental. Oh, and that was me right-clicking by accident. Ignore that you saw that. That was an accident. We should start heading back to where his secret passage is. So this actually is going to be the last set of Etrian Odyssey 2. Then we'll start up the next project Let's Play, which you guys already voted on. See, I'm planning ahead, you see. This is what I do off screen. It's very boring. And I realize it's very boring, and I'm sorry. Yep, you do that, and we don't have to have you do that, because this is going to be a first turn victory. Now, you have... Oh, you don't have your... Okay, now you have your force, though. So now she has her force, Kira's got her force, everybody's got theirs that they need, and we can go fight the... Cool. We can go fight the Whalelord now. Yay. Where is it? There it is. You search the wall to find a tight space that could admit one person. Suddenly, you hear a high-pitched cry and the buzzing wings from behind the wall. You can crawl into the hole to reach the other side, or simply give up here. Proceed? Yes. Ah, well, hello. As you crawl through the hole, you see an enormous monster immediately in front of you. The sun reflecting off the fiend's falling scales causes an aurora-like effect. Beyond the fiend, you see a smaller monster. You draw your weapons. This fiend is the Whalelord, which plants its eggs in other monster's young, like a bastard. If you believe yourselves to be prepared, take weapons in hand and battle the fiend. Well, it's a nice layer you got here, Whalelord. It's a little cramped for my liking. I'm guessing it looks like that. That's what it looks like. A little cramped in here, but I kinda like it. Now let's fight. Oh, hello, Whalelord. You're not as intimidating as I thought you were going to look. I'm kind of upset by this. But we'll just have to kill you anyway. And dampen. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're gonna... Oh, well, alright. With each blow struck against the Whalelord, sparkling rainbow scales fall through the air. At last, one of your strikes knocks the demon to the earth. Wow, that was pathetic. You move the monster's child and inspect it for wounds. Its feet seem to be injured, but it will survive. Suddenly, the wall behind you crumbles and another monster appears. You ready your weapons, but the beast ignores you in favor of the baby monster. After a moment, you grasp the situation. This is the monster's mother, which you first encountered on the level 4. It's apparently hard as nails for getting here 13 floors higher than its actual nesting ground. The monster helps its offspring up, and the two of them leave the room together. On its way out, the monster walks up to the Whalelord and crushes it with its mouth and claws. It grabs the insect's nail in its teeth and jerks its head to throw it towards you. The rainbow nail emits an odd light in your hands and begins to change its shape. This is the Bond Claw. It is only given to those who have formed a bond with the forest denizens. Congratulations! You have felled the king of the insects and saved the monster's child. Return to the bar in order to report your success. Cool. That was lame. That was an incredibly lame boss fight. I was expecting more than that. But then again, it looked kind of like a lame enemy anyway, so I don't know what I was expecting. Let's go ahead and report this charity to Monsters Quest. I'm done with this nonsense. It's covered in rainbow scales. Don't question us, Cass. Cool. So, that was the final hidden boss in the game. Well, the second to final hidden boss. There's still the the big one, but we'll get there. And I got the Bond Claw, which is usable by forest denizens only. So we can give Mathis a new claw, which actually is quite good. The beasts kind of get screwed in the weapons front. And the Purrclaw. I forgot about that. The Purrclaw. Remember those FOEs that popped up on our way to the Wyvern back on the second floor, way back when? Those are called raid moles. If you kill those when their arms are bound, which is actually trickier than you'd think because they're very weak. At this point, I barely could do it. I had to defend for a whole turn and then dominate to get their arm bound to do it. It was very much a pain. You get sword nails or sword claw, one of the two, and 3 of those gets you the Purrclaw for the beast class. So that's what Mathis had. But yeah, that was that. We're gonna come back and we're gonna fight the Urchild in the 3rd video of this set, as to finish up Etria 2. But yeah, hold on a minute, and I'm gonna go prepare for that massive ordeal, and we'll be there. I'm disappointed by the Whalelord, I really am. I thought it'd be something cool. It was not.